Stop searching for peace in a world that has no intention of giving you a breather. Calmness doesn't arrive when everything is in order. It comes when you learn to stand firm even while everything is falling apart. Chaos won't stop for you. People won't change for your comfort, and life won't become fairer just because you deserve it. If you truly want to live with serenity, you will have to learn to master yourself. Not others, not circumstances, but yourself. Stoicism teaches just that control is not outside, but in your mind. That peace is not achieved when everything is calm, but when you are able to remain silent while the noise tries to break you. Modern life bombards you with distractions, comparisons, criticisms, demands, and most people fall, not because they are not strong, but because they don't know how to focus their energy. They react to everything, respond to everyone, exhaust themselves trying to fix what doesn't depend on them. A Stoic understands something that few comprehend. You can't control the world, but you can control how you face it. Accepting, staying silent, observing, and acting with purpose become their weapons. There's no room for complaint nor for victimization. Serenity is not weakness, it's power in its purest form. This video is a guide for those who are already tired of losing their calm over things that aren't worth it. For those who want to master their mind, control their emotions, and find balance even when the environment becomes unbearable. Inner peace is not asked for, it's trained for. And only those who dare to face chaos with discipline truly achieve it. But master with silence. Silence is not weakness. It is strategy. It is power at rest. It is the moment where your mind observes without reacting, where you analyze before responding, and where impulses lose their dominion over you. Most people speak because they fear being alone with their thoughts, but those who learn to master silence stop being slaves to the opinion of others. External noise does not disturb those who have internal calm, because silence teaches them something words cannot control. Every time you choose to remain silent in the face of provocation, you are not losing the argument. You are gaining respect. You are gaining self-control. Those who react with anger show their fragility, but those who observe and respond with serenity demonstrate a strength that makes others uncomfortable. Silence, when born of self-control, becomes an invisible shield. It does not respond out of pride, but out of wisdom. It does not need to prove anything, because it already understands everything. The Stoics knew this. When you speak without thinking, you become a prisoner of your words. When you keep silent, you retain power. The wise do not seek to be right, they seek to maintain calm. And it is there where silence transforms into a form of personal mastery, not of the world, but of yourself. In a world that screams, maintaining silence is an act of rebellion. When everyone has an opinion, you choose to listen. When everyone reacts, you choose to breathe. Silence is not empty, it is space to think. It is the ground where clarity is born, where thoughts are ordered and emotions are calmed. Those who master silence learn to listen to themselves, and those who listen to themselves no longer need external validation. Practice it. In the next conversation, where someone tries to provoke you, breathe, observe, and keep silent. Not to punish them, but to train yourself. Let the other person wear themselves out talking, while you conserve energy. That moment, although it may seem insignificant, is an internal victory. You won't notice it immediately, but you will feel something different. You didn't fall into the trap of impulse. Mastering silence also means learning when to speak. Because silence is not just about keeping quiet, but about choosing precisely when your words really have a purpose. Speaking little but clearly has more impact than shouting aimlessly. Those who control silence control the rhythm of the conversation, the tone of the environment, and the perception of their presence. The mind needs pauses. Just as the body requires rest to strengthen, the soul needs silence to heal. Dedicate a few minutes each day to complete silence. No phone, no music, no distractions. Listen to what your mind says when it has no noise to distract it. There you will discover truths that everyday life hides from you. Silence is the most difficult training because it forces you to confront yourself. But if you learn to be at peace in the midst of noise, you will have conquered the most important thing, your mind. And when you master your mind, no one can dominate you. Because there is no weapon more powerful than a mind that knows when to speak and when to keep silent. Master with silence, not with screams. The world belongs to those who know how to observe without despairing, act without losing their cool, and maintain composure while others crumble. In a sea of empty voices, the one who remains silent with wisdom becomes a presence that commands respect without saying a single word. 2. Choose peace, not reaction. Every day life will test you. People who interrupt you, comments that hurt you, injustices that provoke you. And in every moment you will have two paths, to react or to maintain peace. Most choose to react because it's the easiest. It's the reflection of the wounded ego that wants to defend itself, prove it's right, or avenge its pride. But reacting is not power, it's losing it. True strength lies in consciously deciding how to respond, not in letting your emotions decide for you. Stoicism teaches that nothing external has the ability to disturb you unless you grant it. The words of another, gestures, attitudes, they are not what take away your calm. It's your interpretation of them. Every time you choose to react with anger or anxiety, you're giving up your control. You're saying, my peace depends on what others do. But when you choose serenity, you regain power. It's like putting out a fire before it consumes you. Impulsive people believe that maintaining calm is surrendering. It's not. It's an act of emotional intelligence, a mastery that scares those who live at the mercy of their emotions. Because nothing disconcerts more than someone who does not let themselves be disturbed. When you choose peace, you confuse the one who wants to provoke you. You disarm the conflict without uttering a word. And that, in a world where everyone wants to shout louder, is a form of silent superiority. Think about this. Chaos doesn't disappear when you shout louder. It disappears when you become calm. Reacting is yielding to the external. Responding with serenity is acting from internal control. It's not about repressing what you feel, but understanding it. Emotion is not the enemy. Your inability to manage it is. Practicing peace does not mean accepting the unjust or allowing yourself to be walked over. It means knowing when to act and how to do it without destroying your balance. You don't need to match the energy of the one who attacks you. Sometimes the best response is an imperturbable mind. When you master your reaction, everything changes. Offenses lose weight, conflicts lose strength, and you discover that no one can snatch your calm if you don't give it to them. A Stoic understands that reacting from impulse is a form of slavery. The free mind observes, analyzes, and decides. That pause between what happens and how you respond is the space where wisdom lives. And although it may seem small, that pause is what separates the wise from the irate, the strong from the weak. Train yourself for that pause. Every time you feel that something disturbs you, breathe. Don't respond immediately. Count mentally, change your posture, observe your thoughts as if they were foreign. You'll see that most of the time, what seemed urgent dissolves in seconds. That practice, repeated over and over again, shapes a mind that is not dragged by chaos. Choose peace, not because it's easy, but because it's the only real victory. Reacting gives you momentary pleasure, but maintaining calm gives you lasting power. Peace is the reflection of a mind that no longer needs to prove its strength with noise. Choose to be that kind of person, the one who responds with clarity, not with anger. The one who decides when to act and when to simply let the world wear itself out. Because in the silence of a calm mind lies the true superiority of spirit. 3. Accept and transform. Most people spend their life fighting against what has already happened, trying to rewrite what cannot be changed. They resist loss, failure, rejection. But this resistance does not protect them, it changes them. Because the more you oppose reality, the more it hurts. Stoicism teaches something that few have the courage to apply. Acceptance is not surrender, it is wisdom. It's not about saying this is okay, but recognizing this is what it is and acting from there. Acceptance does not mean settling, but releasing the energy you spend fighting against the inevitable to use it in what you can build. What you deny pursues you. What you accept transforms you. Every time you refuse to accept a situation, you lose power. But when you say, "This happened to me, now what do I do with it?" you regain control. You stop being a victim and become a protagonist. The Stoic does not ask for life to be easy. He asks for the strength to face it. He understands that not everything depends on him, but he can always choose his attitude. If something cannot be changed, he adapts. If something hurts, he uses it as raw material to grow. If something knocks him down, he gets up with more clarity. Acceptance turns him into an alchemist. He transforms loss into wisdom, mistake into learning, and disappointment into freedom. Rejecting reality only enlarges suffering. It's like trying to hold back the tide with your hands. Life will continue its course, with or without your permission. Acceptance is to flow with it, not to let it drag you. It means looking at what happened without denying it, learning from it, and moving on lighter. Every obstacle has something to teach you, but you will only see it if you stop fighting with it. Acceptance requires courage, because facing what hurts you is not easy. But when you do, something changes within you. Fear loses strength, anger dissolves, and clarity appears. In that moment, you discover that what seemed like a tragedy was a disguised lesson. That rejection was redirection. That loss was liberation. Practice this. When you face something you can't control, mentally repeat, "This is also part of the journey." Not as consolation, but as a reminder. Every time you accept, you become stronger. Not because you stop feeling, but because you stop resisting. Blind resistance exhausts. Conscious acceptance transforms. The Stoics spoke of amor fati, love of fate, not as a passive submission, but as an alliance with life. Everything that happens, even the painful, is part of your process. Accepting it does not make you weak, it makes you unstoppable. Because you no longer break for what you cannot change, you integrate it, use it, turn it into power. Accepting and transforming is the basis of all serenity. Chaos does not disappear, but it loses control over you. Because when you accept, life stops seeming like a constant battle and becomes a training. Each experience, good or bad, shapes you. And in the end, you realize something that the wise have always known. Freedom is not in changing the world, but in transforming yourself to walk in peace within it. 4. Grow in discomfort. Growth does not happen when everything is calm. It happens when life shakes you up. Discomfort is not an enemy. It is the gym of the soul. Every time you avoid it, you become weaker. Every time you face it, you become stronger. Most people seek comfort, but the Stoic seeks evolution and knows that there is no growth without friction. The deepest roots are born in the hardest ground. The strongest mind is forged in the toughest moments. We live in an age where comfort is glorified, where running from effort seems intelligent and avoiding pain is confused with happiness. But that comfortable refuge is a disguised prison. Whoever avoids discomfort avoids their own expansion, because the soul, like a muscle, needs tension to strengthen. Nobody becomes wise without having gone through chaos. Nobody becomes strong without having been tested. Every difficulty you face has a hidden purpose to mold you, but that purpose is only revealed when you stop complaining and start observing. The Stoics understood that challenges do not come to destroy you, but to purify you. Discomfort does not take away anything you really need. It strips you of what you have in excess. It forces you to look at what you ignored, to let go of what holds you back, and to develop a strength you didn't know you had before. Growing in discomfort means embracing uncertainty, accepting that you won't always have control, that not everything will turn out as you expect, but that you can still stand firm. When it hurts, don't run away. Observe the pain. Understand what it wants to teach you. If something irritates you, ask yourself why. If something scares you, approach it calmly. Discomfort is a mirror that reflects your weaknesses, but also your opportunities for growth. There are people who only move when life hits them. The Stoic does not wait for the blow, he seeks it in the form of a challenge. He gets up early when the body wants to sleep, keeps silent when the ego wants to speak, acts with discipline when the mind wants to give up. Each act of voluntary discomfort strengthens the will, and a mind trained in effort does not collapse in the face of adversity. Start with the small things. Don't look for a big sacrifice. Look for habits that challenge your daily comfort. Walk in the rain instead of hiding. Finish what you started, even if you don't have motivation. Face uncomfortable conversations instead of avoiding them. Every time you do something difficult without complaining, you are training for something bigger. True growth doesn't feel good at first. It's confusing. It requires patience. It requires giving up the easy. But when you overcome it, you realize that you were not weak. You were just out of practice. Discomfort becomes your ally. It stops being a sign of suffering and becomes a sign of progress. Remember this: nobody transforms in calm. Transformation is born in fire. Discomfort is the terrain where the mind expands, where faith is tested, and where strength is built. Every time you choose the difficult path on purpose, you are getting closer to your best version. And that version does not fear pain, it understands it. It does not avoid it, it uses it. Because whoever grows in discomfort stops fearing life and begins at last to live it with power. 5. Strengthen your mind every day. The mind is like a muscle. If you don't train it, it weakens. If you leave it undisciplined, it fills with useless thoughts, with fears that are not your own, and with worries that don't belong to you. A weak mind reacts, complains, gives up. A strong mind observes, decides, and acts. It's not about being tough, but about being resilient. And that resilience doesn't come from luck. It comes from the constant work you do with yourself. Strengthening the mind is not an act of momentary motivation. It's a daily practice. It's getting up even when you don't feel like it, maintaining focus when everyone else is distracted, and keeping calm when others lose control. The Stoics understood that the outside world would always be uncertain, but the mind could be an unshakable refuge if trained with discipline. That is the true armor of the wise, their mental fortitude. Every day is an opportunity to train your mind. From the morning when you choose whether to start with complaint or purpose, to the night when you decide whether to lament or give thanks. Mental strength is built with small but firm decisions. It's not an event, it's a process. Every thought you correct, every impulse you control, every emotion you manage, strengthens the foundations of your mind. Think about this. Your mind can be your worst enemy or your best ally. If you don't direct it, it dominates you. If you don't train it, it manipulates you. An uncontrolled mind exaggerates problems, dramatizes the small, and destroys calm. But a trained mind sees things as they are, without embellishments or imaginary catastrophes. That is the essence of Stoicism, to see reality clearly, not with distorted emotions. Practice observation. Don't believe everything you think. Not every thought deserves your attention. Many are just residues of fear, ego, or the past. Observe, filter, choose. That simple practice of looking at your thoughts without identifying with them is the beginning of mental mastery. A strong mind is not one that doesn't feel, but one that doesn't let itself be dragged by what it feels. Training the mind also means challenging it. Do things that take you out of autopilot. Read when you'd rather distract yourself. Meditate when you'd rather complain. Learn something new when comfort invites you to stagnate. Every act of self-control expands your mental power. Don't wait to have calm to train it. Train precisely in the midst of chaos. That's where strength becomes real. The Stoics repeated that you don't control what happens, but you do control how you interpret it. That how is what determines your peace or your suffering. A trained mind finds balance even in the storm. When everything seems to be going wrong, it stops, breathes, and remembers, this doesn't destroy me, it trains me. That mentality turns difficulties into opportunities for growth. Your mind is your battlefield. If you don't master it, anything can knock you down. If you strengthen it, nothing external controls you. Start today. Every morning, mentally repeat, I am stronger than my thoughts. Not because you say it, but because you practice it. Because every day you choose to stand firm, every day you choose to think clearly, you are sculpting the most powerful version of yourself. Strengthen your mind every day, not to escape from chaos, but to walk over it with serenity. When your mind becomes your ally, no problem can knock you down. And there, in that unshakable mental silence, is where you discover what it really means to live in peace. 6. Desire less, live more. Excessive desire is the root of dissatisfaction. Every time you believe you need more to be happy, you move away from true freedom. The modern mind has been trained to constantly desire more money, more recognition, more love, more validation. But the problem is not in having aspirations, but in depending on them to feel complete. The more you desire, the more you chain yourself. The less you need, the freer you are. Stoicism teaches that abundance is not measured by what you possess, but by how little you need to be at peace. Unrestrained desire keeps you running after things that never fill you. Today, you reach a goal, and tomorrow you are emptying yourself again, chasing the next one. It's an endless cycle of emotional hunger. Meanwhile, the present slips away from you because you're too busy looking for something you think you're missing. Desiring less does not mean settling for little, but learning to enjoy what you already have. It means recognizing that value is not in accumulating, but in appreciating. Whoever does not master their desires ends up serving them. They become a slave to their own mind, unable to enjoy because they always lack something. But when you learn to reduce the noise of I want, something deeper appears, serenity. Imagine that each desire is a rope that ties you. Every time you cut one, you feel lightness. You stop living to please the world and start living for yourself. You don't need to have everything, you just need to have peace. Desire creates anxiety because it makes you live in a non-existent future. But calm is born in the now, in the space where you lack nothing. Practice gratitude. Every morning, think about what you already possess: health, time, breath, freedom. These are treasures that most ignore by looking at what they do not have. Gratitude reduces desire and broadens perspective. You realize that life has always given you more than you valued. The wise do not desire less because they have everything, but because they understand that true wealth is in needing little. The world will teach you that happiness is in getting more, but Stoicism will show you that it is in desiring less. Uncontrolled desire generates attachment, and attachment generates fear. Fear of losing, fear of not reaching, fear of not being enough. And that fear is the root of suffering. When you eliminate excess desire, you eliminate fear. What remains is freedom. Do the experiment. Spend a day without social networks, without buying anything, without comparing yourself. Observe how your mind tries to fill itself with stimuli, as if silence were empty. That discomfort is your opportunity to grow. It means that your mind is so accustomed to desire that it has forgotten how to rest. Train it to enjoy silence, simplicity, reality. Desire less, and you will start to see life with different eyes. What once seemed insufficient will now be abundant. What once distressed you will become irrelevant, not because the world changes, but because you change. And there lies the power. When desire no longer controls you, you are invincible. Living with less desire is living with more clarity. It frees you from noise, consumption, the need to prove. It allows you to breathe, think, and exist without anxiety. That is freedom. That is serenity. There is nothing more powerful than a mind that no longer depends on the external to feel complete. Desire less, live more. Because whoever learns to be at peace with little already possesses everything they need. 7. Live with intention now. Every second that passes does not return. Life goes by, and while many know it, few understand it. They rush, complain, postpone, but they do not live. They wait for the perfect moment to start, without realizing that that moment is already happening. The Stoic does not wait for ideal conditions. He acts with what he has, here and now. Because he understands that intention without action is smoke, and that life only makes sense when it is lived with purpose. Living with intention does not mean planning every detail, but being aware of what you do and why you do it. Most act out of inertia. They work without purpose, speak without thinking, love without presence. And so the days go by, exhausted by routines that do not nourish the soul. But when you wake up and start living intentionally, everything changes. You start to choose your thoughts, your words, your actions. You no longer react to the world, you direct it. Intention gives direction. Without it, you scatter, you fragment. You live to meet others' expectations or to repeat automatic habits that don't bring you closer to anything. But when you decide to act with purpose, each day becomes an opportunity for advancement. Stoicism teaches that life is not measured in years, but in moments lived with full awareness. Each day without intention is a lost day, and each day with purpose is a silent victory. Ask yourself, why do you do what you do? If you have no answer, it's time to stop. Because without purpose, even effort becomes empty. Living with intention is filtering out the unnecessary, stop running for everything, and focus on the essential. You don't need to do more. You need to do the right thing. Clarity is more valuable than speed. Intention is also reflected in the small things. It's not just about big goals, but about the way you walk, talk, breathe, listen. Every conscious act strengthens your presence. When you eat, savor. When you work, concentrate. When you are with someone, really be there. Life stops feeling heavy when you stop living it on autopilot. The Stoics spoke of memento mori, the reminder that death can come at any moment. Not to live in fear, but to live awake. Knowing that time is limited gives meaning to what you do. It drives you not to waste it on distractions or things that do not add up. Intention is a compass that guides you amid the noise, reminds you of what really matters. Start the day with a clear purpose, no matter how small it is. Improve, learn, serve, advance. Write it down if necessary, because the mind needs direction. Without direction, it scatters on the superficial. With it, it focuses and finds peace. Chaos is not defeated with control, it is defeated with meaning. Living with intention now means being awake while others sleep with their eyes open. It means making decisions aligned with your values, not with the pressure of the environment. It means to stop surviving and start living. The present is not a bridge to the future. It is the only ground where you can build something real. Do it now, not later, not tomorrow. Serenity is not in what you plan. It is in what you do with awareness at this moment. Because life is not lived dreaming of tomorrow, but taking advantage of today with purpose. Live with intention now, and you will discover that calm does not come from the destination, but from the clarity with which you walk towards it. 8. Dwell in the present calmly. The present is not a place you arrive at, it's a state you choose. But most people are trapped between what was and what could be. They lament the past or worry about the future, and meanwhile, the now, the only real moment, slips away without a trace. Living calmly does not mean not having problems. It means not allowing those problems to steal the moment you are living. Stoicism teaches that power is not in controlling time, but in mastering attention. And whoever masters their attention masters their life. The chaos of the modern world pushes you towards constant distraction. Everything competes for your mind, notifications, news, comparisons. It's easy to get lost in the rush, to believe that being busy is being alive. But being busy is not the same as being present. True presence occurs when your mind and your body are in the same place, without chasing what does not yet exist. That is the calm that does not depend on the environment but on you. Dwelling in the present is observing without judging, breathing without hurry, acting without anxiety. It's looking at the sky without looking at the clock, listening to someone without thinking about your response, feeling without fearing what will come next. It's not about stopping life, but about living it consciously. When you are truly here, the noise of the world dissolves, and something that few experience appears: clarity. The past cannot be touched, and the future cannot be controlled. Both are fictions that your mind uses to distract you. The only real power is in this second. What you do now is what shapes everything that comes. The Stoics understood this better than anyone. Worrying about what has not yet happened is to suffer twice. First for anticipation, and then for reality if it ever comes. Practice this. When your mind starts to race towards tomorrow, stop. Breathe deeply and ask yourself, what is happening right now that really matters? Most of the time you will find that the present is calm, that anguish only exists in your thoughts. The mind that dwells in the present does not run away, it observes. It does not drown in what will happen, because it is too busy in what can I do now. Serenity is born in that focus. You don't need to meditate for hours or isolate yourself from the world to find peace. You just need to be completely where you are. When you walk, feel your steps. When you work, focus on your task. When you rest, truly rest. Calm is not found when life stops, but when you decide not to run faster than it. The present is a refuge that is always available, but almost no one enters it. Whoever learns to dwell in it finds a freedom that time cannot touch. They no longer fear what is coming or regret what was. They simply live. And in that conscious living, without hurry and without noise, anxiety dissolves, stress loses power, and the soul breathes. Dwelling in the present calmly is not a luxury, it's a necessity. It's the bravest act in an era dominated by distraction. Because the one who is really here, in body, mind, and spirit, no longer needs to escape from anything. Everything they need is already happening. And when you understand that, you discover the secret that the wise have always known. Life is not out there waiting for you. It's happening right now, silently, within you. Thank you for staying until the end of the video. If you watched the whole thing, comment, "I am Stoic," as our secret signal to know that you're a true student of Stoicism. Don't forget to subscribe and give the video a like if you enjoyed it. See you in the next video, and remember, keep cultivating your Stoic mind.